Okay, today is a really delightful day. I am with Michael Andre Ford, and he is the big man as far as angel intuition is concerned. Now, I did a session with him just recently, and I'll tell you guys, it was the best session I've had in a very long time because a lot got cleared as far as I was concerned. I was thinking clearly. I was making the right moves, and you kind of get assurance on it. So what is angel intuition? First of all, Michael, welcome to Wellness Works, and thank you so much for being with me. And of course, we'll start off right at the top with you giving a short explanation as to what exactly angel intuition is all about.
Denzel, hi, thank you for having me on, and hello to everyone in India and abroad. I would say it's more important simply to be in the heart, to be at peace, be love, compassion for yourself, for others, and then everything unfolds, everything happens. And what is everything? In practical terms, you can have any answer to any question, business, career, life. All languages are spoken Telugu. It's in a dialect only you know from the one place in India you live. It's personal. It's said just the way you need to hear it. Who is saying this? Angels, yes, unconditional love beings beyond human thinking, but even more so, Vishnu, Ganesh, Sri Kaleshwar, Sai Baba, Sri Shirdi Sai Baba from 100 years ago, Lakshmi, Rama, Native American figures, Mother Teresa, Mary, Jesus, Muhammad, 150 figures. Most of them are angels, 30 or so, 40 or so are unconditional love figures. It boggles the mind. It is very hard to understand, hard to grasp. I spent 2 years trying to figure out angels, and what I figured out was they exist. And if you trust this is so, same thing with Sai Baba, then your answers will come and more. In a moment of just sitting still, you may have a two-way conversation as if you were talking with your cousin or your sister. Very nice sister, very nice cousin. But so you sit still and you are able to have a connection that isn't one way. It's Winnie the Pooh in Western society. Everyone talks to animals, but no one listens. This is a two-way process. We've all prayed or we've all made requests from the heart, but this is going slow enough up here and almost still, if you would, here, to be loved, to be connected, to be the harmony that you experience in athletics, cooking, when you read a book, take a shower, take a walk, hug a relative. When you're at peace, you ask a question, you listen, and you actually hear Sai Baba. You have to trust your ability to be here. It's scary. It's the one place none of us want to go. We will do everything. I will clean out the garage rather than sit still. Meditation, consciousness, awareness, yes, compassion. It's what we're talking about here, but it's direct. It's a crazy concept. But you actually, the record is, I think an Australian did 49 pages of answers. I just check in every hour and a half, but 49 pages of answers from angels. You can meet your guardian angel. I'm not coming from any organizational perspective. This is good whether you're Buddhist, Hindu, Catholic. Catholics have to have it the Catholic way, Buddhist way, but I've found anybody who reaches me is happy just to get help from unconditional love figures. Yes, 2/3 of them might be angels, but Sai Baba is fantastic. And photographs, historical photographs can move. An eyebrow goes up, you see a smile.
Okay, the one thing that everybody here would like to know is it also possible to reach out to relatives? Because that's a big thing that the past life regression or the speaking to a relative, is that also a possibility?
Yes, and my big thing is I will be the first to say not to get caught up in details, except I want you to have all your details. So this is going to sound completely contradictory. Ask any question for business life, health, etc. Get your answers. Yes, you can meet relatives. I pull back the veil. So whatever curtain or veil, everything is invisible to us unless we're in those moments. And I pull back that veil so you can meet your supporting cheerleader squad, your team. It's relatives, it's angels, it's Sai Baba, it's others. Only positivity here, only unconditional love and compassion. But if you, and we haven't mentioned, you get your answers, but you get hugs too. And a hug is worth 100 questions. And a hug can grow bigger and bigger. And if you want to allow more compassion and love to flow through you, you're going to feel it. And I help show it to you as well. Visually, I think you've done this as well. You can see energy, all different colors, rainbow light, yellow, blue, gold, green. But the best part is seeing directly. I baby step you along the way, but you go from seeing little flecks of light to seeing full on an angel standing there with or without wings to seeing Sai Baba. When you see directly, you don't need the photographs anymore. And what photographs? I got lucky with the camera. So I have 15,000 photographs. You only need a few. They're great for props. You look at a photograph, you ask a question, you listen. You get an answer, you get a hug. Pretty soon, though, you can see directly out a window. The further away, if it's 50 meters away, 100 meters away, the person feels more comfortable. But if you're very much a go-getter, you've already got big business intuition, athletic intuition, you're amazing with the soccer ball on the field, or football or cricket, anything, you're going to just gravitate to this. This is how you've already operated. And then you can see, point blank, you can have the conversation two-way. And if you can have like a Sai Baba, an Archangel Michael, or an angel named Joy standing there, that relative may step in and you may see them and talk with them and get a hug from afar. Some people are very bold and it will only be 5 meters away. But all of this takes a lot of guts. So I say anyone who does this deserves a monument in their local village because it's scary. It takes tremendous courage. It's a leap of faith, religious, non-religious faith. It's letting go. But the leap is only this big, but it'll feel like a whole 5 kilometers. Big. Yes.
Okay. I've read a lot about, and I've also been part of this, wherein most of the work is actually done by us. So you're the facilitator in this. Yeah. Do you also, at any point in time, get involved with something that is happening around you? For instance, you're doing one of these sessions for somebody, and does it ever grow on you, or do you get involved with these sessions as well? I know most of it is guiding, but it could also become a first-person experience. Has that ever happened?
Sure. And when I'm talking with people, sometimes they can see balls of light around me. That's happened recently for a person in India. I was at a Sai Baba temple in one of the Texas cities. How about this? And I helped someone. I was the guest of someone from India, and they ran into someone they didn't know was in the same city from their high school back in India. So 2 people had a reunion. And I helped that friend that they hadn't seen. And then the friend's husband arrived, and he was 50-50 about spirituality, which I say be skeptical, it's okay. I help everyone, agnostic, again, all backgrounds. As long as you want answers to your questions, I think that's the driving force. You get your answers. But so I helped this gentleman, and he got his answers, he got his hugs, but when it came time to see Sai Baba standing under a tree at a distance, he had some difficulties. So we looked up in the sky, and there was a big cloud at one moment, and then there was no cloud. And Sai Baba made the cloud disappear. So I saw that as well. I try to stay out of it. I deliver the goods. I help you, no matter how skeptical or how amazing you've been with your experiences, I help you take a timeout, as we say in Western society. I help you stop, go here, be at peace. I tell you dad jokes if I have to. I get you relaxed. And then everything unfolds. They do all the work. Yes, you have to show up. Showing up is 90% of this. And it's very fun. And you're getting a lot of humor too. And again, if there's 1,000 ways to say something, because of our values and our thinking and how we roll, we have details where who we are, our character. There's only certain ways to say something that reaches us here. Well, guess what? You have no privacy. You're not getting judged. Sai Baba, an angel, Mother Teresa, Chogyam Trungpa, Buddha. You can meet Buddha, Kuan Yin. They just know how to say it the right way that you hear it in a compassionate manner. And it's helpful, very practical. No question is too big or small.
Okay. How did this all begin for you, Michael? I'm sure it didn't come upon you one day, or did it actually come upon you one day like a miracle from nowhere? Where did you begin? How did that happen?
We're back to details, and I'll tell you, my details don't matter because it won't change anyone else's situation for whether or not they will step forward and give it a go. But you need an answer. And I was in New York City for 20 years, Wall Street a little bit, mostly public relations. And I had bought a home in Austin, Texas in 2009, moved here full-time in Austin, 2009. And I started to have little experiences, and they built up over time. But it was very gradual over years. I am sometimes one of the slowest learners. What takes me 2 years to learn, everyone else, including you, does in 2 seconds. But I'm a very fast teacher. So whether you're seeing whatever you want to call it, the Force from Star Wars on your hands, I think in India, people do it this way, for those who have heard of that. But you can see energy or an aura, the Hindu chakras, if you wish. Just love, it's compassion, it's energy, it's consciousness. And as I think I'm quoting someone I met at that Sai Baba temple, consciousness is in everything. You can hear everything if you wish. But I stick to angels mostly in the figures from India and Native American chiefs that are beautiful, and many other figures, Plato, Seneca, St. Francis, St. Gerard, again, Buddha. It covers most of the bases for the philosophies, the religions. This isn't about any organizational structure. It's about an individual letting go and having the guts to sit still and ask the universe for help and getting actual answers. Even where to go for a cup of tea or cup of coffee or how to have fun, those are just as important questions than life, career, health. And it's all direct.
Has this been life saving also for somebody? Has it been to a situation where you've actually saved a life because of one of these sessions?
I would only say it's like golf. I put the tee in the ground, I put the ball there. You just learn how to swing perfectly. And if there are no limits in life, maybe there are really no limits. If you ask, you can receive. So baby steps, you learn to get hugs, questions answered. Those hugs can become bigger. Maybe there's some healing involved. Some people cry a little bit as they feel so much compassion and they're releasing. And I would love to say it's me. It's not. I help hold the space. And you receive all with a capital A. It's a lot of allowing with a capital A. But yes, there have been people who have asked and received, and they're in certain predicaments. I think this is between you and angels, Mother Teresa, Sai Baba, Sri Kaleshwar. You collectively, depends on your unique life path and what is allowed.
Can this also happen?
Many things are not.
Okay, can this also happen to you if you're not necessarily, so if somebody is connected, but not necessarily connected with you, say for instance, while you're walking a road or you're driving a car or something like this happens, does that happen to people who've already, for instance, been on an intuitive session with you and then move out into life? Does that happen as well?
Yes, once I help you sort of unlock or realize what you already have within, I simply help you kindle what's already there. Your listening ability is the same listening ability you use with your colleague. Half the time when we listen, we're still thinking about where we have to go shopping or what we have to do next. We're not quite present. But this presence, once you taste it, once you do it, you're reminded of all the other moments in life. It's all the same. All moments can be the same. And this is about unconditional listening. You're not somewhere else. You're not judging. You're not reacting. Once you've let go, you've let go. So where you put your focus is where you put your focus, and how you spend your energy is how you spend it. If you can be still, you can do it while driving. Driving is a meditation. So as you go for a walk, I would suggest not doing it while driving, but it's okay. It's better for a walk or somewhere where you're a little less undisturbed. So anywhere, once you've learned these skills, you can apply them for the rest of your life. You don't need me. If I'm some sort of expert or guru, my motto would be kick the guru out of the way and have fun. This is available. I have one rule, which is you make the request for help. No one wants to interfere. So if I've told you anything that you're reacting to, forgive me and forget about it. But if you'll give yourself permission to let go, you may receive answers, hugs, and seeing. The seeing can be a little scary. So yes, some people take to it very quickly, but for the rest of your day, you can go for a walk and you can have a two-way conversation.
Okay, so this is all positive and good and great, but do the angels also give you negative news in the sense that, for instance, if something bad's going to happen to you, do you get an intuition on that as well in these readings?
Look, if someone is very stubborn and not listening on a particular topic, it's a certain relative, it's a certain business situation, they're being very stubborn or just not paying attention, There maybe is a moment or two. It's a lot of humor, actually. So maybe you sort of get slapped in the back of the head with a very funny phrase that's sort of like, hey, wake up and start listening. Stop being so stubborn. I wouldn't say there's no negativity involved. And for anyone who's hesitant, they won't reach me. They really have to jump into the pool. I help you, though. When you show up at the pool, I help you. I don't mind dipping a toe in and another toe. And I don't mind it taking an hour. I would be like that too. I would be like, what is this about? It's not possible. And I help what's not possible become possible. Once you realize there are no limits, you're off to the races. It's recognizing there's a difference between thinking up in the mind and awareness here. And every culture, every country, every religion, philosophy has a different way of describing this. There must be 10,000 terms. Conditional thinking, conditional love, right. Unconditional love, compassion, right. Happiness for no reason. It doesn't need to be for any reason. I need this situation to happen to be happy. Love.
Okay, when somebody receives an answer, what does that do to Michael? How do you react? Does it matter to you that the person's got their answers, or is this another day at the job?
I'm very unhappy if a half an hour goes by and they're still staring at a piece of paper with their pen and they haven't done anything. That hasn't happened in years, but it has happened. And I'm like, why didn't you come and grab me? I help a person navigate their own ego. I help them tame their ego. I help them let go. I help them learn all the things we should have learned maybe in third grade when we were little, of how much energy and love and consciousness and support is available to us. It gives me, I'm getting goosebumps because there's a lot more happiness available for no reason at all. You simply have to ask. Matter of fact, if you watch this show but never want to reach out to me, you merely need to trust that you're being heard by your relatives, by Sai Baba, by Vishnu, Ganesh, Krishna, Lakshmi, everyone. Ask if you wish. Don't listen. And trust that you're heard and trust that events will unfold. Where you put your focus, how you spend your energy is how you spend it. That's the secret. That's the big thing I've learned. Waste your time on negative stuff or being in your ego, which happens to us. That's thinking. 90% of our day is going to be like that. I'm going to quote one angel. 10% less thinking a day is the Olympic gold medal standard. An egoless path is a little unrealistic for humans at this point. I'm not trying to sound like I'm putting water on the fire, but I am saying, don't try. 40 minutes a day, broken into 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. When you can remember to remember, if you can remember to remember, and I'm borrowing from a Buddhist teacher who doesn't say that many remembers, but for 30 years he's been saying remember to remember. And the remember what? To let go. And the details don't matter as much as you think, but then I tell you the opposite. Get as many details as you wish. Ask as many questions. In 3 months, you'll have to ask all the questions again. Create great action steps. I have 3 Native American chiefs, Dolne, Fredshire, Geronimo. I think everyone's heard of Geronimo, maybe. They're unconditional love, a little more earthbound. They help you get from point A to point B for business, life, career, health, relationships, for answering the very questions you've been asking me. You have to have the guts to trust that any of this is possible. The photographs, the testimonials. If you go to www.michael, M-I-C-H-A-E-L, Andre, A-N-D-R-E, Ford, like the car, michaelandreford.com. I have 50 plus testimonials, and you'll see photographs of angels, a historical photo of Sai Baba. Don't use me, don't hire me. Look straight at the photo, ask to get out of here, to be here, and ask for angels and for Sai Baba and everyone to help you. Ask and listen. You might even see a historical photograph move, or a photo of an angel move or change colors. I've had many people, I did not tell them that was possible, and they already saw the photo moving. So I'm off the hook for credibility because you do it all, except you don't do anything. You have to show up, and they do it all.
Right. Okay. So how does one, for instance, get into a session with you? Is there a place to sign up? How does that happen for you?
They just go to the website again, michaelandreford.com. Not to sound self-promoting, but you just go to that website. And there is a place to sign up for service. I would say if you want and you're a do-it-yourself person, there are 3 classes I just put up. You can skip me, follow those classes, or you can just spend in American dollars $4.99. In America, it's a very expensive cup of coffee or tea. But for that little amount, you can buy a book written by angels if you will trust that this is so. I simply listened and saw balls of light as I was writing. It's called Listening to Angels by Michael Andre Ford on Amazon, iTunes. It's very short, very simple, very compassionate, very gentle, soft, sweet. Back at the website, you'll find book reviews, testimonials from a Buddhist Lama, Dawa Tarchin Phillips in Santa Barbara, from a former Miss USA, from professors, from an Airbnb executive, Chip Conley, from the former spiritual director at Canyon Ranch, Jonathan Ellerby, who's head of the Althea Center in Denver, and many other figures. I've had doctors, nurses, a breast surgeon who thought she was dying, 2,000 plus people. So luckily, this is a direct experience. I am just a happy-go-lucky, enthusiastic guy who does want to tell you dad jokes, an expression in the West. Very simple jokes that don't get anybody.
Yeah, I've had your session of dad jokes, so I know about the dad
when you
jokes.
laugh, you're letting go. You're here. When you breathe or smile, it's Thich Nhat Hanh. It's all the gurus in India are all pointing the same direction.
I think it's universal. Everybody points in the same direction. Right.
Yes.
So it has to happen. And I also believe that whoever comes to you doesn't come to you by coincidence. After all, you're paired together in the spiritual scheme of things. So does Michael have a spiritual practice as well, or how do you keep yourself up all the time? Up in inverted commas, happy in inverted commas.
I say structure. No structure. I say guru, no guru, because we get caught up in when everyone's pointing, as we talked about. They point. They say, do this, do that, let go of this, let go of that. It's too easy to get caught up in a certain practice. I think all practices are good, all rituals are good, but remember that that is not the act of actually being in your heart, which can happen when you're brushing your teeth, when you let go to fall asleep at night. That is the amount of letting go. No one remembers the last 30 seconds before they fell asleep. And no one calls the next morning to all their relatives and says, I let go last night before I fell asleep. I had an amazing sleep last night. I am incredible. I got a gold medal in the Olympics. I let go so well. You do that 300 nights a year. And yet that is the only letting go that is important. And it is what happens when you sit still and do yoga or meditate or take part in a group, but it can get easy to get caught up in that and then to forget. The ego wants, the thinking wants to do anything but go here, the one place where you will find what you need. And so the tools are there. Angels are always happy to help. They're beyond human thinking. Everyone has their own personal team. And so that is my actual role in life. I help you meet your own cheerleading squad. Yes, you can meet relatives, but you must own the angels and the other figures, the Mother Teresa, the Sai Baba, the Buddha. You have to do a little bit of letting go, and then everything comes to you.
Lovely. So it's all about letting go at the end of the day. And I will let you go with that, but I'm delighted to have spoken with you. And the fact that, it works. What I really like to say about this is that, yes, to everybody out there, yes, it is exactly in your hands. You have to let go and let in. Literally, it's let go and let in, and let Michael do the rest. And trust me, it will be an amazing experience that you will come back for. So I'd always say, once, try. The second time, of course, you won't need to try again. Right, Michael?
Yes, if you think about it, you'll never ever show up, or you'll put it off. It's very funny. I am a runner, to answer your question. So my running is my meditation, and I have a lot of running chats, you could say, through the day. So
okay, so well, I'll run along then. Thank you so much, Michael, for your time, and wonderful, and all the best to you, and God bless you, and stay protected and stay safe, and of course we'll be in touch.
Denzel, thank you very much for having me on today. Have a very good one.